evening, everybody. Welcome to the Area 67 Music Podcast Show. I'm Mike Vegas, live here at the Area 67 Recording Studios, and I'm with the Bosh Nelson Band, the BRB Band, and to my right, to your left, or I don't know how that works, actually. Somewhere around in the mirror aspect. This is Bosh. He is the namesake of the band. Then we have Brandon. We have Maxwell. Maxwell Vegas. He's now being known by
Maxwell. No, it's Maxwell Miami.
Miami. He's moved to Miami.
I'm moved to Miami.
And then we got Rick over here. And what's the instrumentation, Bosh? What do you play? What do you do in the band?
And guitar and right. Yes, and right.
Forget that.
Head writer.
I do guitar.
Okay.
What do I do now? The bass guy still.
Yeah, but you're still stuck.
I'm stuck at bass for.
Okay, that explains the fascination with the bass. And percussion.
Yeah, if you weren't a bass player, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's a nice bass you have there.
Yeah, he didn't look. He never mentioned the guitar once. Yeah. So.
Nice lead bass.
We're just coming to you guys live tonight from the Area 67 Studios, and it looks like you're looking at my back over here, but you may be looking at me straight up from over there, right?
Which way should we be?
Probably over there, I would imagine, since that's the main view, and you can kind of see how it looks in the camera. But we're talking to each other. Yeah, we're all over.
I know. I'm looking on that. Oh, okay, right.
You heard of Area 51? This is part of that complex. So Area 67 is part of it. So that's why you're not sure where you're at.
Exactly. Disclosed location. We don't know where we're at right now. So.
Right.
We could be anywhere. We could be on the moon right now. Yeah.
We could be on the moon.
Yep. We could be on the moon, wouldn't it? I think it'd be fun.
We would have to wear a mask. Well, we kind of would have to wear a mask on the moon, but it's a whole different reason.
Hey, we're on Mars. We're on Mars right now. You don't have to wear the whole astronauts. So.
There you go. So, you guys are the Bosh Nelson Band. What kind of music do you guys play? I know what kind of music you guys play, but tell the viewers what kind of music you guys play.
I get Bosh has like a pop kind of vibe to it. Wouldn't you agree? Kind of a classic rock pop kind of feel.
Well, we're certainly not a jazz fusion or a metal band, so we're really far away from that. So
Yeah.
I'd probably say like it's classic rock with a little bit of pop seasons.
Yes, very much so.
Poppy
With
seeds
pop
are...
elements, yeah, we have some pop elements.
But definitely classic rock. We try to steer straight on that.
So, do you guys do covers, or do you write in that realm, or do you do both?
I think we do covers. I think since we're kind of an upstart sort of young band, I think we have room to do more covers. So I would love
We do some cover songs here and there, but mainly at practice and stuff, we just focus on our original material and perfect the craft that way.
So your influence is classic rock, and that's kind of
Definitely Clapton and Pink Floyd. You're a big Clapton too. Yeah.
Clapton. He's a man of many words.
Yes. Many words. He's just getting started. We gotta break his shell.
That's all right. That's all right.
Influences.
So, as you probably can tell by looking at me, I've been around a while. So my influences have been Motown, Beatles, Johnny Cash, Christopherson, Floyd, Rod Stewart.
Now, are you saying that Elton on your shirt? Is that why you're saying that you're old? I'm not understanding the where you're coming from.
You mean that I'm old?
Yeah. I just don't.
All those Santa Claus looking.
Oh, I thought you were dressed for Christmas for the holidays.
No, this is.
Well, you could use that.
Yeah,
His name is Santa. His name is Santa.
At least in December, right?
Yeah. Well, I like it like all year round.
Maybe Easter Bunny.
As long as he's got the whole facial hair going on.
Yeah.
Santa.
So
Just
I love every kind of music from Rachmaninoff to
Jimi
Hendrix. Yeah.
How did he not come?
Yeah. One dog, Jimmy.
I like that. So how did you guys come together, as the Beatles would say?
Well, I've had a couple different people I've had around trying to give and take and see a lineup that works, but I got him. Oh, sorry. I got Brandon and Max. I talked to Max for a while, a year or two, about possibly starting something up, and
We have a rat tribute band in the work, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
So either the drummer or the lead singer, please give us a call at
Round and round.
Yeah.
Can we go round and round?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Well, I had a mandolin player. Why not listen and take a spot?
These two have been like good friends of mine for a while, and then we were doing me and Rick and a couple other people would just jam into some covers last winter, and he found my ad on Craigslist, and he was like, I kind of want to steer away from the full band kind of heavier rock vibe, and he wants to do some percussion, do some acoustic stuff, do some wineries, stuff like that. So
Cool. And you guys said you got started sometime in the summertime of this year?
Yeah, when you say it was, would it be
June or July, us three came together, and then you came probably around September.
Yeah, something like that.
So this might be a first, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it could be the first COVID-born band.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah, there we go.
We are
Like-
a product of
COVID.
This COVID.
Yes.
Yes.
We
In
are
fact,
COVID.
I'm fresh out of,
Fresh out of the IC.
Okay.
I'm really only 27, that's why it's just,
I was going to say that earlier. Like,
Wow. Okay. COVID is real then. COVID is real.
he's 27 with COVID aged him.
So if my timing is correct, we went into lockdown around early March, I want to say. We came out of lockdown around July. Is that correct?
June or July.
June or July?
That's about when.
So as we were kind of coming out of our shells and cocoons, you guys were like ready to jam.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And how's that been for you guys? Because obviously COVID is still here. It's still happening. It's getting worse as we speak.
Unfortunately.
And I mean, we could be spreading it amongst ourselves for all we know. I know that's where you're trying to stay away from, Maxwell, but
I think
I mean, right now, I've been emailing some wineries, some bars, and some places in Ohio, and starting to get like booked. But there's a lot of places that don't really want to set something in stone yet until probably after the winter. So,
okay.
but we do got a few for sure.
So you're taking advantage of this time to kind of get your bands tight and practice and get ready for some shows. And
Yeah.
trying to get the choreography down.
yeah.
we are. We've got to work on our choreography.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you say that because a lot of bands jokingly you're talking about that, but a lot of bands don't even consider that part of
Oh yeah.
the process. Performance coaching is something that's kind of a lost art, and it is something that does need to happen.
It goes a long way too.
Absolutely.
One of my biggest bass influences is one cruiser Brad. So I take a lot of influence from his stage moves. I mean, I don't think there's a better bass player with his stage presence. I don't think anybody comes close to me. So my
Definitely does. If you watch some
in my opinion, influence, I offer that in earnest. So. Yeah. What about, I mean, do you guys agree with me?
I agree.
I think,
I think
I don't know why some people make such a big deal about guys like Flea and Jocko Stories. I mean, one cruiser is where it's at. So, I think so.
Whatever you say, boss.
these two mainly go more slow.
Okay. I can relate to that. So, has it been an issue as far as getting together to practice, work-wise and stuff like that? Are you guys?
Somewhat there. I mean, we have our other our work.
We do about once a week. We do like twice a week, but with everyone's schedule and stuff, it's once a week's about where it's at. But I mean,
Plus, I need about like 8. I need to know sleep like 8 hours a day and about 10 at night, so it kind of gets in the way of practicing usually. So.
Well, I know a lot of musicians are taking time out during this life break we're going through.
Yeah, life break.
And,
A lot of bands are breaking up.
yeah, there are a lot of bands breaking up. You'd be surprised at the amount of artists that are in the studio recording right now and recording all that music that they've had, bouncing around inside their heads. Now they have time to get it out. They don't have to worry about booking shows. They don't have to worry about doing all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot more room for writing and getting some of that stuff out. I mean, as far as like our business here, we never closed during COVID. We never shut down. Sorry, Michael Wine, if you're watching right now. We're Zooming. Everybody's at home individually, but we've got a really good, AI guy.
Definitely be done before 10 p.m.
Yeah, we'll be done before 10, and we'll be home.
We're good little boys, Mike.
But yeah, we never shut down. And the cool thing is, like, with especially when the stimulus checks came out, business was booming. Like we were packed. So that's a good thing to hear that musicians are still out there. As much as you guys hear of them breaking up, there's a lot of them that are inspired to do more.
I think we feel that way.
I think right now, I mean, especially when you've got so much downtime, you can really start working on the song.
What helps is we get along pretty well.
Yes,
And we're not just bandmates that don't come to practice.
We generally all like
we
each
get
other.
along, we like each other, we
Be
get
able to
around.
And I've
It's kind of like brotherhood in a way.
I've played with a couple of musicians in the last 4 or 5 years, but I never had a lineup that's like this together, and a band of brothers. It's really something different, and I like it.
Cool.
Yeah, we can all offer our own musical opinions without ego so
Yes,
much.
we don't really. I mean, the egos are pretty much checked out the door. We all,
For the most part.
for the most part, we all put our input, but it's all in good faith. It's not. No one's trying to be above anyone else. We're all kind of just. If someone got something to say, we take the input, and go with it.
Now, do you guys find that your writing process has gotten a little bit easier during these times at all? Because I gotta admit, like, you guys named a lot of influences from classic rock era.
Yeah.
From Clapton to Hendrix to
We all have our own
Beatles,
different
Pink
influences.
Floyd.
Pink Floyd, and the one thing that those guys had was periods of time in their careers where there was things happening that meant something in the world. So they had things to write about. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was really important things to write about. Today, we're fortunate to live in this time where we can take advantage of that and use that to our advantage and write about the times.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes music kind of timeless, is when the artist writes about something that they've encountered in a time in history, and it's kind of documented in a way better than a history book can document it.
A lot of country artists
music,
are doing
you know,
that.
Yeah, the music.
A really good show I watched the other day about Dean Dillon, who just a country songwriting legend, and how his life, as a youngster, basically abandoned by his parents, and living with grandparents, and how his struggles really helped him with his lyrics and melodies and stuff like that. And I forget what channel I watched it on. It might have been on Tubi or
It wasn't on the
Netflix.
Playboy channel. I think we know that, right?
Probably
was
not.
it?
I don't have cable, so there you go. No. But those of you that don't know Dean Dillon, he's just a big old cowboy. Wrote a lot of the songs that were huge hits for George Strait, and he wrote
Baby
whiskey
One More
song,
Time, right?
The whiskey song that
Whiskey Lullaby.
no. JT and Chris Stapleton did it, released it.
I'm trying to think.
Pause.
Yeah. Originally, he wrote it and gave it to George Jones, and George Jones he just didn't do the song justice.
If anybody at home knows who we're talking about, please,
Yeah.
please
Yeah,
send
hit
it
us
in.
up on chat and let us know.
Yeah. Whiskey.
And thanks for watching, everybody who's out there on chat right now. Michael Beasley, I see you out there.
Yeah, Michael, what's going
See,
on?
I was thinking about you people at home. I was thinking about
See?
you guys. Yeah, they all forgot.
Yeah.
But, you know, you're what makes it go around, right? Yeah, so I mean, I think this is a great period in time to be able to write about. You know what I'm saying? We're all going through our own issues, our own struggles.
I think at some point we'll probably branch out into.
Yeah. It's definitely right now. 95% of our songs definitely about women, rather breakup love songs. Definitely ballads.
That's good subject matter.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that's subject matter that generally is a pretty stable subject matter.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not going to change
No,
anytime
no,
soon. That's
no.
country music has made a killing off of it.
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, but
I mean,
I think
people
that's cool.
like it. It's like why change away from it if people can relate to it. You know, that's what I try and do as a writer. I want to write lyrics and compose a song that people can relate to, and that, you know, they can listen and be like, I'm in that same position, or like, you know, different aspects of it. So that's what I try to do as a writer.
How do you write though about like COVID-19? I mean, what if we did write a song? that
Well,
was
Luke,
COVID-19?
check out Luke Combs' 6 Feet Apart. That's a fantastic song.
check out Davey's COVID Christmas song coming out on Monday.
Yeah, shout
He wrote a
out.
COVID Christmas song, Davey Squire, shout out.
Yes.
Um,
Davey's a fantastic keyboard player and drummer.
yeah, he's
Fantastic
insane.
musician.
Like he'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and stream live
On
for his
Facebook.
stuff. Yeah,
He's like, tune in. I'm like, I'm heading to bed.
and he's a classically trained pianist, and he just goes at it.
Get
It's
out.
crazy.
I did a show with him last year at the Vortex. We did a 2-piece acoustic thing, and it was phenomenal working with him.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. He does a podcast show here on Sundays, but he wrote a song called "COVID Christmas," and it's a fun little Christmas song about COVID.
Okay, I can't
This
wait.
gives me some ideas. I'm not just the bass player, David.
Aaron, my assistant, and one of the other engineers here, him and another guy, Flames O' God. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. He's
Flames
a
O'
rapper.
God.
He's a rapper here in Akron.
Shout out to Flames O' God.
Flames O' God. They just did a record, and basically it's about COVID. Essentially, it's called Smile, and it's about missing your smile. So they're asking everybody to do a video of pulling your mask down and smiling. So that's what they're going
pretty
to do
cool,
for their
man.
video. But yeah, so I mean, they're taking, a lot of people are taking inspiration from COVID and writing some stuff about the COVID experience, as well as just the times that we're in. You know, it's
Gotcha,
not just
yeah.
COVID that we're going through. We're going through some political turmoil in our country with the elections
We'll
and
stay out of that. We
and
could
all
go there
that.
day.
Yeah, we'll stay out of that, but that might make good reviews for our channel.
Yes, it would. Yes.
Let's talk about politics now.
No.
I would
no,
love to.
no,
Let's
no.
talk about
We were doing so good.
Yeah, we'll put a break on that one.
Yes, yes. Shut it down.
Yeah.
Testing.
So music is a mess.
Music's the big healing right now, especially in 2020. I mean,
I
it's been-
agree. And, you know, one thing we've been brainstorming here is trying to figure out ways to get around the performance issues that we're going to be facing over the next year or so.
Yeah.
So we're trying to come up with ways to do live performances still, but stream those out to our fans and our
Yeah.
audiences and stuff like that. So we're trying to get in touch with some venues around town to possibly use their venues, so we have a real stage to perform on and be able to stream live from the venues without having to bring the people in.
Empire
Great
would be
idea,
a great
man.
place.
It's a great idea.
So, you know, I think any way that we can get performers out there to be performing is what we need to be doing right now. I mean,
Yes,
there's-
because live music and venues, they're suffering like crazy
they're
right
suffering
now.
like crazy. You're friends with Clyde. He's a singer-songwriter here in Stowe, and
Great
He's a
guy as well.
Stowe-Billy.
Great guy as
he's a
well.
Stowe Billy, and He's a solo singer songwriter, and he performs out weekly, like probably every day, and he's still been performing out, and he does pretty well for himself. But it's even getting harder for the one person act to go out anymore because the venues aren't there anymore.
Yes.
The bars are starting to
See,
close.
that's why I feel
and all
like
that
you know,
kind of
you,
stuff is-
I mean, it's kind of back to politics a little bit.
yeah, definitely. It'll get there.
Sorry about that. I think the concert venues need some kind of financial assistance, because if not, they're just going to go under. And then how do they make a comeback? How do you reopen your business once it goes under?
Miley Cyrus and a couple other acts, they played at the Whiskey in L.A. and they raised like $5 million.
You just reminded me of that. Yeah, you just reminded me of that.
Well,
yeah.
you know, I think that's true. Venues need they need help.
Yes.
But I think it's true of every business owner out there.
Oh,
You need to conform to kind of what's going on and think outside the box too. It's incumbent on them to think outside the box. I can't think outside the box for you, but I kind of am, because the venues are so dependent on ticket sales and people in the doors and alcohol
Yeah,
sales.
it's like how-
well, if you thought outside the box, you can still get those ticket sales. You can still make some money from doing this.
Yeah, I mean, you
if
have
thought
this
about it.
building. You could somehow use it, like repurpose what you're doing with
Yeah.
it.
There's
Yeah,
a
I
number of
see
ways
that.
that you can do things. I mean, even in the studio environment, I had a session yesterday where we actually did a virtual session over Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
He was able to plug in his guitar into his interface, and I was able to use my Skype settings and as my interface as the input.
Okay, that's
And-
kind of bad.
You know,
technology
able to do
surprises
that.
me.
Years ago, who was it that did a duets album like that? It was like Tony Bennett and
Lady
Yeah,
Gaga.
it was Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Just sit down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they did it, I think, over Zoom or something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we live in a different time. We can't get caught up in the past and how things were done. But if we want to survive, we got to adapt.
right.
You know, my dad was a Marine. He was a Marine drill sergeant, and you know, it was always overcome and adapt.
Yep.
So you overcome and adapt, and that's how you do it. You
think-
overcome by adapting.
I think
Right.
at this point, what are we, like 8-9 months in? We've definitely adapted, and whenever it's done, it's going to be like weird to go back to. I feel like it's going to be a difficult process going back to that.
Yeah.
Well, in you know, one of the venues that I used to deal with quite is doing well now. They've completely revamped,
Right.
cut a lot of stuff out, but their profit margin is sustainable and growing,
Yeah.
and you know, they've eliminated the expense of
Yeah. It's
ASCAP, BMI, and
Yeah, absolutely. There's, as a business person, you're always going to be evolving regardless
Yeah.
of a pandemic out there or not. You're
Yeah,
always
sure.
evolving with the times. So this is a little more forced upon us
Yeah.
to adapt,
I
but
get what you're saying.
you can still evolve, and you can still adjust your business models to adhere to what's going on. It's tough. It really is. I mean, I saw a video today of a business owner. I think it was in California. Yeah, it was in California, and it was a bar owner or a diner. It was
Okay.
like a bar diner type thing,
Yeah,
right?
gotcha.
And the governor closed all those restaurants down and stuff, right? But she was coming into her parking lot to have a protest that she was setting up, and she was pulling into the parking lot, and there was covered tents in the parking lot with tables under the covered tents.
Okay.
The governor approved that for movie people who were having like a convention or something in the
Yeah.
parking lot, but she was forced to close her business down where she had outdoor seating.
wow.
So, you know,
That's
they
crazy.
do make it hard on you.
Yeah.
You know, and to me, that's, you know, that comes back to the political part of it. and I think it's bigger than politics. I think there's something bigger going on in the world
That we just don't
that
really...
we're not paying attention to, or
What
not
do you mean
seeing.
by that, though? I mean, as far as there's a bigger thing as far as
I feel like there's well, you've heard the word reset a number of times in the media.
The Great Reset.
The Great Reset. And if you pay any attention over the past 10 years, the dollar is the target. And if you're going to get America, you go after the dollar. You go after their economy. And that's exactly what seems to be going on, is that our dollar has been devalued. We're at 30% of our dollar is only valued at about 70% right now of its worth. Not too much more to go, and we're not the backer of gold, the gold standard anymore. We back the gold in the world, so our dollar is the top tier.
Yeah.
But China wants to have the yen be backing the world, the
Sure.
gold, and be the leader of the world economy, right? So in order to do that, you have to devalue the dollar. You have to kill the economy. And to me, I feel like it's a bigger picture. I think that the world, there's a bunch of people around the world who want to have a one world government. I'm sure we've heard this before, but I think it's more of a one world currency.
And, you know, when the Big Mac came out, this is my Big Mac in the mix. When the Big Mac came out, it was 47 cents. But the value of a Big Mac, and I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be using brand names, but the value of a Big Mac is the supposed nutrition, the calories that you get from ingesting this particular.
Right.
So the nutritional value, the calories, they're all the same. The value of the sandwich, fuel for my body, has remained constant.
Right.
Yeah.
The 47-cent Big Mac is now $4.
Right.
So the Big Mac hasn't grown in value. That just gives you an expression of how much the U.S. dollar has declined.
It's declined, and has
In the age
devalued
of the Big Mac.
of the production value of U.S. goods as well has declined because of that right there. The price to sell something in the United States it's hard for somebody to create something in the United States and sell it here in the United States and make a good profit when they could source it out overseas and have it made cheaper and then be able to sell it here. So, I mean, to me, this is my own personal opinion, but I feel like it's a bigger picture. I think we're just blinded by our own little situation right here.
I can...
But everybody's dealing with the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's riots going on in Paris right now that they can't stop. You know, there are bad riots going on right now in Paris. So we're not the only country that's feeling the devaluation of their currency happening in front of their eyes. And really, whoever
But
backs
I mean,
gold
is it?
the
But
power.
has it been deliberate, or has it just been the out? It just seems like it's the outcome of what's happened with
Well,
the outbreak of COVID-19.
I think COVID-19 was the catalyst to allow them to do what they've been wanting to do for a number of years.
Perhaps.
See, this you got to think about something. China's been around tens of thousands of years or thousands of years.
Yeah.
We've been here a couple hundred years. Most countries have been around maybe 1,000 years. So they've been around a long time. They understand how to run government. They understand how to do all this kind of stuff. So to them, 100-year plan is nothing if you've been around thousands of years, right?
Yeah.
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
So who's to say that this plan hasn't been enacted since the 40s?
Yeah, you're right. It could be.
And it's a slow build.
Process, yeah.
It's a slow process, but once it gets to a point, it's snowballed to a point where
could be.
we can't do anything about it anymore because it's just gotten too big of a
But see,
snowball.
then this goes into like, is COVID-19, was it created in a lab in Wuhan, in China, and then was it deliberately let out so it could expose the world to it? I mean, I'm not saying I don't agree. I'm just saying I don't.
No, I hear you.
You might be right. You might be right.
If you ever listen to any of the Chinese generals ever talk about how they would take over the United States, the number one.
Not.
Check it out. They say that they would attack the United States with a virus. It would be chemical warfare. It would be viral warfare. It would be done like that.
Well, then you can't. I mean, like in this case, I mean, I see your point. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I mean, in this case, it's like, is China to blame for COVID-19?
I don't know that.
But I'm saying it's hard to pin them. As
I don't know that there's really. It doesn't really matter where it came from.
Yeah.
The fact is that there's a reason now to be able to do it. It's like, okay, there's a pandemic. We can shut everything down, and now we can start enacting this because the economies around the world are all suffering, and everybody's currency is being devalued, other than China.
Only the free economies.
Only the free economies around the world. Right. Only the free economies around the world. So, to me, it just feels like it's something bigger. It feels like,
Now you got me thinking, Mikey.
Well,
So
I think that's
inspiring you for the next great hit.
Next great ballad. COVID-19 of
But
Taylor.
I think that's something
love
that's
song
lost
for
in the current generations, is that we don't think about different scenarios. And yeah, they may seem a little weird and a little out there, but you have to think about all scenarios if you want to, be able to adapt to whatever comes your way and be prepared for them, and to me, there's some reports come out the other day from the CDC that the Red Cross took blood samples back in November. Okay, those blood samples had been all tested. All those blood samples they took in November all came back as positive for COVID. So COVID was here in the United States in November.
I'm pretty sure my grandpa.
You mean
had it,
of last year?
Of last year.
Yeah, because my grandpa was in the hospital around Christmas time last year, and they didn't know exactly what it was.
Yeah, I had a friend who was in the hospital. He went to Chicago for New Year's Eve, and he ended up in the hospital. This is a 23-year-old kid, perfect health, and he had double pneumonia, which is COVID.
Yeah.
They didn't know they didn't know what to call it, but he had double pneumonia. So this shit's been here. So regardless of where it came from, it's just a reason to be able to do it. It's like, oh shit, like it's like the rioting. It's like people are breaking glass in the windows of the stores, and people are walking by are going, oh shit, the windows are open, I'm going to jump in and start taking stuff. It's kind of the same thing. We have a reason to be able to do what we've been wanting to do for a while now.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part, because we were just talking about hoping it goes back to normal. I don't know if it ever will go back to normal. I don't know that normal.
The new norm.
This is the new norm, and who knows what's going to happen.
And it could get worse than this. We don't know.
We still have a few more months before. We got 2 more months till January, and I think January is when we're going to really find out what's going to happen in this country.
January's 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
Not 2 months.
Yeah.
With the new president Kamala Harris, who knows?
Yeah, so we don't know what's going to happen. The election still hasn't been resolved. All that stuff hasn't been resolved yet. So who knows?
It's utter chaos, and I have to say, I kind of like it. I guess I'm just that way.
You like to see a little.
I love chaos. I just love
Chaos
when things
is cool.
I love it when things are chaotic. I love
I
it.
thrive in chaos.
I think I do too. I think when everybody else is losing themselves and they're like
That's
looting.
what inspires your bass playing, right?
It does. It inspires my bass playing and my bass moves.
Yeah, your wardrobe, your presence, everything.
Everything. It inspires everything. But yeah, chaos is cool. I guess that's all I'm saying. I don't know.
There's the next song, Chaos.
Chaos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chaos.
we have another song.
Yeah, it's
idea.
Or an album.
I'll write it tonight.
I think that would be better than the Going album title.
Wasn't that the showing my age again? The arch nemesis of Maxwell Smart in the TV show Get Smart? Chaos was the.
I'd never watched that show, to be honest with you.
Nope.
I
As
should
far
text
back
my-
as for TV
I should
shows,
call my
I
friend
know it's
Michael.
like
Probably
HR Puff and
1966.
I should call my friend Michael Bradley. I think he would probably know the answer to that.
stuff. Does anyone know HR Puff and stuff? Lidsville from the 70s? Come on.
Yeah, my kids liked it.
You were binge watch it. Oh God.
I don't have any kids as young as you, man.
So you guys got some new music coming out. Taylor was one of the songs that you recently released.
Yep, on Tuesday. Yep.
500 views already, or listens.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Very cool. What else do you got coming out?
It's a 10 song album.
Uh-huh.
10
10
album.
albums, boy.
10 song
Wow.
album.
We've really been busy
Ambitious,
under
yeah.
COVID is just, but yeah, we got 10 tracks on
COVID
the
really
album.
inspired us.
And they're all over the place with emotion, from love to breakup songs. We got a great instrumental that he did.
From love
Phenomenal.
to breakup songs.
We got a song on there called Believe. I wrote it about kids at the Children's Hospital. They've been on my mind right now lately, so I wrote about them too. So it's
Nice.
all over the place.
Cool. When is it? When and where are you going to be dropping this music?
It's gonna be February 1st is the date for the album, and it's gonna be Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, wherever, YouTube, wherever you want to listen to it, wherever you prefer.
Except your
We're gonna
local
get everywhere.
record store.
I mean,
not
there's
be
gonna be
there.
physical copies. I mean, we'll take some.
I take that back.
We'll take
I'm
some up
sorry.
to the exchange. You know, you never know.
If you're local, you want a physical copy, or if it's on Amazon, they'll print you a physical copy as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Amazon is the new age.
Amazon is taking over, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty soon we're gonna have Amazon Records. I bet that won't be long.
Yep. This
Amazon
guy works at
underwear.
Amazon, so he can
Hey, do I work there? I do work there. I do work. There's more cameras there than there are
Anywhere else.
Anywhere else, yeah.
vouch. I'm sure.
Feels like you got a camera on you wherever you are.
Little China. We'll just call Amazon Little China.
It is. If you drive past the facility on Romick Road, it does look a little like a big prison. A few people have said that, and it does kind of look that way. It's all fenced in,
Ugh.
black fence.
Gotta love Amazon.
Yeah, you gotta love them.
Well, they're doing a little bit of everything these days, from what I
Yeah.
understand. Pretty soon it'll be. I just got to go shopping at Amazon. There won't be any other stores to shop
Yeah,
at.
it would
No,
just be
did
the
you see
grocery
they're
store.
getting into the grocery business now?
Yeah,
Mhm.
didn't they buy Whole
They
Foods
do.
or
They
something?
Yeah.
yeah. In fact, you can work as they have positions at Amazon. You can shop for customers who want their food. You go to Whole Foods and do it
That's pretty cool that you can be a shopper now. You can go fill orders for
and
people.
make money shopping
make-
for people.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It is.
You know,
It's kinda
that's
scary,
a job I
though,
wouldn't
too.
mind doing.
Yeah.
It's like instead of
job.
stocking the shelves, I'm just pulling shit off the shelves and putting them in my
Corn on the
basket.
cob, okay.
It's kind of cool. I would do
Get
that.
some milk.
It's like my honey-do list and go shopping for
Yeah,
somebody.
you
you
could
know?
you could do like shopping for someone else and maybe do some of your own shopping too, and like kill two birds with one stone. So
Well, I've seen that there's a lot of like little businesses popping up that are doing that now. Like they're doing the deliveries for groceries and stuff. I think my wife orders from Aldi a lot.
Oh, okay,
And,
yeah.
But
Yeah,
they
they
don't
have-
have a delivery service,
the
but
Giant Eagle does.
Do they have like curbside?
but somebody does deliver for them.
Okay.
They do have somebody that you can call on
Okay.
because they deliver it to our house all the time.
How do you feel about Amazon taking over the world? Everything.
They sell a lot of stuff.
They do sell a lot of stuff.
They
don't
do sell a lot of stuff. They
You
sell
know,
everything.
It wasn't that long ago. They were just a startup company competing against Barnes and Noble and
That's true. That's right. They did.
They
They
just
started
started
off with
selling
taking out the
books.
bookstores.
How did they just expand like overnight? It was just like,
good business model.
yeah, someone's doing something right there.
Yeah, good business model.
I think it'd be Jeff Bezos, since he's worth about $200 billion now. So
Yeah, he passed Bill
I-
Gates.
Well,
doing
you know what?
something right.
I don't shop at Amazon, so I won't do it.
Really, you don't.
Nope. If I have to do something
not
online and
supporting
it's
your
eBay or Amazon, I'll go to eBay.
Wow.
Hmm.
Are we allowed to curse and swear here?
This is the internet.
Fuck Amazon then, right? That's your
No.
attitude? Fuck
That-
Amazon.
That's
Oh,
your
no.
that's
lawyer,
your
you can't say
employment.
No, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying-
probably don't
no, I'm
want
not
to say
saying
that.
Jeff Bezos, don't fire me.
Amazon, please.
He
He
said
didn't
don't
mean
fire
that. He
this
doesn't
man.
know what the hell he's saying.
I don't know
He-
what I'm saying half
It's
the time.
the it's the
I think he hit his head on the back of the corner of
it's the
the
toxic
panel.
fumes
I
coming
have
in
I
now.
have
It's
amnesia,
just-
so
Brandon's actually a ventriloquist. It was actually Brandon that said it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's Brandon said it.
He controls my every move with his mind.
Yes.
He doesn't have to do that.
He's
He
quiet,
communicates-
but his mind is doing
He's
the talking
quiet
to everyone.
but deadly.
It's a scary combination.
We have a very scary combination here in this band.
Our band's all over the place. We got, but
It's
we
an
all got
interesting
the
hodgepodge.
we all got kind of the same sense of humor, the same style, and it kind of just
we?
gels. Yes, very very outgoing.
Isn't
So-
that right?
So you guys are
Yeah.
gonna do a couple of songs for us tonight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
A couple
definitely.
two tree songs.
Yep.
That's how we say it up in New Jersey.
True.
Two tree.
Two tree.
Two trees,
Two
two
trees.
Two
songs?
tree.
Two tree.
Two tree.
Two or
A tree.
three
A
songs.
tree. Like a tree.
No,
Two
just
tree
two
songs.
tree.
Two
Two
tree
tree.
songs. I like it.
Willow
Well,
and oak.
I lived in the Poconos for a couple of years, which is at the border of PA and New Jersey, and the Delaware Water Gap right there.
Poconos, all right.
The Poconos used to be the honeymoon capital of the world.
Dirty
Yeah.
dancing.
Dirty Dancing was in the Poconos. No, that was in the Catskills.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, the Catskills.
Ooh.
But it was the honeymoon capital of the world for a number of decades. People would come all over to have their honeymoon there. Got lots of
keep that in mind, then.
cabins and stuff out
Whenever
there.
you settle down and get
Giant martini glass, hot tub type thing.
Yeah,
martini
yeah.
class.
But my point was that I encountered a lot of people from Jersey, so you got to pick up some of their
Two tree.
The
Some of their-
Jersey dialect, right?
some of their dialect, which is kind of cool after a while. You're just
I
"Oh,
like
that's kind
it.
of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a little different than New York, so
Yes. Do we have any Cuyahoga Falls?
Yeah, what's the
Any
Cuyahoga Falls
slogan, you know?
dialect?
You know that strip
I
of
don't
land
know.
between the street and the sidewalk? There's only one place where they call it the Devil Strip.
Okay, yes.
It's Akron, Ohio.
Shout out
Tree
to Devil
line,
Akron.
whatever.
Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Devil Strip, yeah.
Devil
the
Strip.
only dialect I've ever heard up here is like, especially in Northeast Ohio, it's in Cleveland more than anything. It's women when they speak, they get nasally with their A's. So it's nah, They're always kind of yeah.
Yeah.
So their A's are kind of.
I can see that.
But I've never heard it anywhere else outside of Cleveland or Northeast Ohio.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I grew up in Texas, so when I
What
first
part?
moved up here, Houston.
San Antonio, which is not that close to Houston, but you might think it might be.
It's not that far.
Absolutely my favorite city on the planet.
It's a nice city.
Yeah.
Right up there with good old Motor City.
Just
Yeah.
behind Akron.
Yeah.
Just behind Akron.
Just about
Well-
over you.
I think what's going on there? Everything good?
Just making sure you kind of froze on me. If you know.
Oh yeah, I see a little freezing going on. Well, I guess it's a good time
freezing
for
outside
intermission
here.
and get ready to do our live performances.
Yes.
All right.
So we're gonna take a little intermission, everybody, and then we're gonna get set up to do a couple two tree songs.
Yeah, two tree.
Two or three songs. Two
Couple
tree
two tree
songs.
songs, and we'll be back with you with the Bosh Nelson Band, the Bosh Nelson Band. These guys back here, them, right there.